Welcome, all my aliens, apes, and zombies. It's Crypto Novo, and I'm here with good guest Mombert. Mombert, how we doing today?
Yeah, doing sweet, doing good, man. Doing real sweet.
Yeah. Awesome. I love the filter, but you know what? I got to dive into the crypto punks real quick. We're going to catch up back with you in 1 second because I have to see what's going on. I know that we've had some sale in the crypto punks, and we've had some mad action on these filters that we're getting. The filters are very similar to cool filters you have, but the filter that I've got going on with the crypto punks, we're getting these out there, and we're getting them out there to actually Bored Apes. We're getting them out there to the Voids. We got some knee bits going on. And if you're not interested in that, we got these sweet digital frames. You can put your NFTs in there and have them, do their own thing. So enough about me. We got to dig into what's happening in the crypto world. So Crypto Slam right here. We're going to see the volume. We're going to see where we're at with our crypto. With our crypto punks is already down to 5, but look at Bored Apes Yacht Club up 63%. Mamba, we're seeing that all the time. We're seeing, if not one or the other, one of these major alpha NFTs is getting significant gains. And with that, we're seeing in the crypto punks world right here is what I like to look at, because this is kind of like if Ethereum's the Dow Jones, this is kind of like the NASDAQ. So you can kind of see which way the markets are going with some of the stronger NFTs. We see right here our floor was right below about 47, 48 about 2 days ago. Now it's already up to 52. And the total amount for sale, so supply and demand, that was well over 1,400, almost 100 more compared to about 3 days ago. So that's what I generally try to look at is the supply and demand. Then you also got to see the gaps. There's a floor at 52 right here. If you look, all of a sudden, 5 of them sell, you're at 53 right away. How does this work? Well, I view it like this. The more that sell in this market, a lot of these CryptoPunk owners, they buy other NFTs. They look into other projects. They have friends who are artists. They look into other NFTs, and that money gets distributed. Same thing with Bored Apes. People are trying to ladder up to get Bored Apes. Well, when a Bored Ape member sells one of their apes, maybe they had 2, maybe they had 3, or maybe they just have a good turnaround. What we're seeing is they're selling it, and they're buying other art. And I can have a good gauge here with Paris Shilton. Paris Shilton gets a lot of NFT artists that come around that want to show off their NFTs. I'm trying to find the collectors. We can have tons and tons of NFTs out there, but if the collectors aren't seeing them, then they're not going to get collected, which brings in Mombert. Mombert, how are we doing today? How about a little bit about yourself, my friend?
Yeah, for a long time, I've been doing like the graffiti, like lots of tagging, like that's kind of the main thing with skating, doing a lot of stuff like pre NFT. I mean, back in 2017, I saw some of the CryptoPunk stuff, and I was like curious. I was like, when is art gonna like go into this realm? And all of a sudden, boom! Like it just like blew up. And it's been hard. Like haven't been able to get out to do murals or any of that stuff. So I've been stuck inside, and things have eased up like that, and I've just heavily dove into this because it's such an exciting market and a fun, colorful market, and it's such a great group of people that are involved. It's really refreshing.
I like that, the colorfulness, and exactly what you're using today with your AR filter. We're seeing some of your art over your left shoulder. As we're looking at the screen on the right side of the screen. And then also we have, your beautiful bio up here on Twitter that, shows some of your art. Before we get to your art, I want to dive into some other artists that have been dying to get on the show. Either maybe they have a language barrier where they're not speaking the native tongue, but you know what? NFTs are a universal language as far as I'm concerned. Maybe they're a little camera shy, but I at least want to present some of these artists because, right here, Basil Mountain, he has 15,000 followers. That's just totally huge. And I saw he was an advisor of Riot Racers. And I knew Riot Racers back when it first dropped. There's something really cool. Some of those like gameable NFTs. 3,000 followers here. And as we can see, the Riot Racers have sold. They have 500, almost 500 unique owners on only 1,000 items. And their floor price keeps going up and up and up. Well, how does that relate? Well, new projects come new things. This project has a very detailed roadmap and white pages right here. It explains everything from, how to get into the game, how to stake your tokens, the roadmap for it, the team, very advanced. Well, here comes another one. This is another project that was, if a high advisor in there with Mountain right here is talking with the Hewer clan, which I didn't know much about. But what you do is you kind of come on live just like we're doing. You'll learn from people. You'll learn what's happening. So I looked at this just prior to you coming onto the green room, and I was looking at different things of how maybe this sets itself out from another NFT project. Well, I mean, it's cool. They have gentlemen, riders, different types of NFTs within different hierarchies within this NFT. But then I scrolled down to the roadmap a little bit here, and I saw something cool on number 4, a merge protocol. All right, and the merge protocol for this particular NFT, which might set it apart, is members can merge their favorite NFTs, like a Bored Ape Yacht Club, with their Hewer tag and create a new custom NFT. So it's just like we're saying here, where you can take a possible another NFT. Heck, it could be possibly yours. You can probably take Mama Arts up here, and we could toss his NFT and see if it mixes into the chain of it. So Hewer Clan, something that came across my palette. They reached out to me saying if I can give them some love on some air here, and that's exactly what I want to do: show off different artists. All right, so what are your thoughts on this? I mean, just bringing it across your plate. I don't know if you've heard about this, haven't heard about this. What are your initial thoughts thumbing through this with me?
Well, I'm looking at that. It's exciting, and it's something that I've been researching. Is the cross-platform, or the what people are calling the metaverse, right? So you have that unique contract that will allow for one NFT to be able to interact with another NFT, and within that contract, whether it be like goods, or it turns into a game, or it turns into I'm at the cinema, or it's all one thing where I'm turning into another person, I'm reborn. It's like it's this whole other reality, and this is just really sort of the starting of that. And that
right here's really another one. Your cartoon can turn into It can turn into its own cartoon. So you might be able to hybrid your NFT with their NFT, and if it does the proper roadmap here, you could be featured in a cartoon.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. That crossover.
All right, we're gonna head on to another NFT artist here. All right, this is Bosco, NFTsToBurn, and Bosco artist right here. The new NFT that came out August 11th. So I mean, they've been trying to get in contact with me for about 10 days and try to get on air for 10 days. Busy bee. I try to get on as much as I can. So here, I mean, this is kind of like one of the first looks at I'm having right here.
That's awesome.
I'm seeing the shade. I'm seeing the color. I'm seeing the table set up here. It reminds me very similar to like a Game of Thrones type of setup, which I love those type of like quest fantasy, and it kind of leads you to think of like what's happening here. Is this an invasion? Is this a takeover? And it properly named the War Room.
Oh.
So as we see, there's no bids on this currently, but I wanted to bring new artists out into the light here. Here's another one from the same artist right here. I remember seeing this one 10 days ago when I came out. This is the first one that caught my eye. So I love the color. I love the art. I love the shade on it. It kind of leaves like the dark, mystical sense of it. And then just the white outline of, the figures of how they're trying to present the art in there. So thank you for bringing that to across our plate. I'm trying to get other artists out here. Here's another one, Sina. Please forgive me if I'm pronouncing your first name incorrectly. But, this one I found really fascinating, really cool. It's just like the eye. I wonder how they're doing this, if this is like an AI type of situation that they're using to create this. I'm a self-taught digital artist born in a young pup right here. I mean, that's half my age almost. And some of these have sold out right here. So, I mean, we had some of them sell out for this particular artist. Very cool look here.
some Matthew Myers sort of V for Vendetta, some whole bunch
I
of
was
other.
gonna say that, like a little Halloween action, a little Michael Myers. Here's another one. So this artist looks like they're using like the eyes, like the peering and the peeking through, mixed in with the black and white. You know, that's one sector that has its. I've seen it is that black and white sector. But one thing that is not in the black and white realm is the colors that we're seeing right here with Mombart. Mombart. All right. So give us a little. You gave us a little background about your art. Your background in art is being kind of like a street artist, and I'm seeing it in the background. Very colorful, very bright colors. And I'm even seeing it on the apparel you're wearing right now. So are those colors that you're attracted to young? Are those colors you think that are blended well? And then how does this work into your NFTs?
Yeah, that nails it right there. There's something that there's a certain vibration as a child, like growing up, like just the fluorescence or neons, even it vibrates almost like, so it has a certain effect on me that I can't quite explain. It's not synesthesia, but it's like it vibrates. So it really affects me on many levels. I could just see a tennis ball and I'll steal it. So yeah. And so that goes to whatever cartoons or seeing Tron when I was a child, live or whatever it is, for all the animations growing up. And that's what's, this has turned into these characters here. And, I haven't used any kind of generative automation to make these. I mean, these were, they took time, actually. It took a lot of time because I'm just I'm slow with the process, and then I turn them into these like art. I got this here, but like turn them into paintings or into murals. So that's where I brought them into NFT realm. I wanted to create this space right here. It's just kind of a clean palette, and I just put them up there. So that's what I'm
seeing is I'm seeing a lot of the connection of the colors. That's bringing my eye to this. Is how you're bringing these different types of. I call them for fluorescence, but I was someone who's born in the 70s. So in the 80s was like one of the first like type of apparel that I'd wear to like junior high. And it was the fluorescence for the new colors. I mean, that was like the super rad colors that were out there. And that was a term claimed by almost a skateboarding community. I grew up in the Midwest. So I mean, far from skateboarding anywhere, but like being rad, being cool, all came from being these hip colors that you sported and wore, because you'd go to the mall. It wasn't clicking on something. You go to the mall and you'd actually like see like, oh my gosh, there's a fluorescent green now. And like, that was like something amazing. Is this when you had that,
Yeah. It's walking out, or those new Vans or the Vision Streetwear or whatever it might be. Like, yeah, totally. It was just
Santa Cruz. Ours was like totally like the Santa Cruz. Cause like once that California color came out our way, then it was just like, it was no holds barred then. Cause like, that's when we got cross cultured at such a younger age, is through the apparel that we had. And not only that, the colors, and these colors are just sweet. All right. So how about a little bit about the art behind it? Because I mean, it's very, I mean, I'm seeing like almost like Ren and Stimpy mixed with, I got a leg of almost of I mean, we got Disney mixed.
yeah.
More. I'm getting drawn into this. I got multiple. I got Pixar. I got Disney. I got other things in here. All right. So, I mean, this is all upbringing, huh?
Yeah, you totally nailed it. You nailed it. Yeah, I mean, you got Buzz Lightyear robot legs. You got some kind of a skater, like, or whatever, like some graffiti, like tongue sloppy monster thing. You got the stump that comes from like Hanna-Barbera, but I took some clip art and I posted the eyes on there. The leg is a Mickey Mouse. The hands are Mickey Mouse, but it's like, going in and out. So a lot of it is like, I'm trying to like, there's a lot of amazing appropriated art that sells and does really good, but it's completely obvious. And I think that's beautiful, but I'm trying to make it so it's like, this is familiar, but I'm not totally sure where it's coming from.
There's like a plate guy underneath like the ooze that's coming out. Like it's its own character right here. I mean, like you can just look and like feel a story between each one of these. It's like a character layered in a character on top of a character that has a character on top of a character. It just bends in there. It's just wicked cool. And we have like people like we have Maskey here that's chiming in on the chat. Awesome art. Maskey 8, check out some of this art. He's got this stuff going down on Foundation right now. And then we have Beta Artist Dope. He's giving you the dope sign. All right. So, all right, we got this on Foundation. All right. How long have you had it on Foundation? How long have you been dropping these NFTs on the market? I'm sorry I didn't have enough time to do any research, but this is what the show is. We get to hear from you, the artist, of what's up, what's going on, and your origin story.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been on Foundation since March, but I didn't drop anything. I didn't drop until last week. So I was just I've been researching and then looking at the community and looking at the platforms, getting on platforms, just trying to. I've just been absorbing so much, and I'm thinking a lot. So I finally was able to drop all of these on here. And I have another series I'm going to do, but I had to at least get a couple out there because there's people that got that whole generative series or hand-drawn series, or they got 500 or 1,000 or something else like that. But sometimes quantity or quality and all that stuff that's part of it. So
scarcity is part of it too. Putting good stuff up there, and what you're doing is you're putting a good product up there, and you're saying it takes time. Like you used the word slow before. No, it's not slow. All right, because one thing that bugs me with just the ideology of things is someone getting paid per hour. All right, if you do a good job, you'll be able to do it. You'll be able to do it in an efficient amount of time. If you're getting paid per your work, it might take longer because you're paying for that work. So you could take as much time as you want because this cool stuff is cool stuff, and cool people like cool stuff, and that's what it is. It's very affordable. The entry price is terrific. I mean, it's very it's something that someone can start a collection with, can start just to buy it to start off with one piece. But I mean, this stuff it just branches out, and the more you look at it, the deeper it goes.
Nice, yeah. I mean, that one right there is there's so much going on with that piece. I mean, it's I fell in love, but falling in love, this tied to this other robot sitting on a toilet with a steak, but the news is telling you what to do, heads blowing off, yeah. So again, there's all these personality types and characters on top of characters, and these are really, they're called machines, but they're self-portraits, of who I am and how I interpret everything.
It's almost I mean, I don't want to speak for you, almost like a chapter within your life as you're doing them. What's coming around in that specific time,
Yeah, you nailed it. You told, wow. Yes.
And you're able to articulate it in the vision that makes it easiest for you to articulate it. Might not be in verbiage. It might not be in the written form. It's an artistic ability. And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of what I find is a lot of street artists that I've talked to in this game, Loro, etc. And maybe I got to get hooked up with him because he's just a graffiti artist from New York that comes on the show often. And what I find, it's about expression. It's about the expression of going out there and, for that moment in time when it's maybe the adrenaline of actually put something up on the wall, or it's the concept of what you are going to put up on the wall. At the end of the day, when you go by it, it's a chapter in your life, and you're not just doing it to be an anarchist, to be a hotshot. There's a reason behind it, and that reason is expression, and that reason is having a voice. And even if it's a secret voice and an anonymous voice, it's still a voice, and that voice it's gratifying when people see it and enjoy it. I'm enjoying it right now, and I hope that makes you feel warm because this is some cool stuff. And there's people out here that are in our chat that are saying the same thing. So stay persistent because my job is to present people like you as artists that have cool things out there so people can see it and create conversation. And we're creating that conversation. That's very important.
Yeah, it's nice to hear this and have that understanding of because I make these, it wasn't about at first, it wasn't about okay, I hope people see these. I hope I get this, it was more just for pure like psychological, like I need to channel this because there's just so much going on. So
Beta artists, come on. You go right over. You can head right over to, you can come on right now if you want to come on and chat. DM me if you want, Crypto Novo 311. Shoot me a DM. Beta artist, you want to come on and talk to him and ask a question about one of these pieces of art, just shoot me a DM right now. I'll pull you on. You can just come on live air. Just chat, man. Just chat, have a hangout. You can ask something about maybe the favorite piece that we've clicked through on this today. I think we have one more of your more recent drops, right? You have 6 of them, if I'm not mistaken. And number 6 right here. How you talked about number 6? I'm going to click on the side here, see if I can maybe get these followers to come on.
Oh yeah, number 6 here. Yeah, I mean it's just like sort of boarded up and like chain smoking and fucked up feet and scared of shit and hiding and who's in my fucking pants and like split personalities and you got to do this. It's just like a mishmash and a whole bunch of stuff happening. Again, it's like the animated part is, I mean, that's where it's coming to, is like turning these into animations. I mean, I do have one up on Chainsaw Fun gallery there, and I ended up animating one of those pieces. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so, and that's kind of a fun little piece. That was in a night show. If the volume works on it, but that's all right.
Little George Jetson in there, huh?
Yeah, you gotta scoot off, like with it. Real big on a big monitor, like just have that looping, or like the monitors like the screens you're selling too,
Yeah, that's what it's intended for. Some cool stuff like that. Getting on a big monitor, man. That's awesome, man. Good for you. That's cool. Thanks. I started up there. I didn't even hit the sound until we went live right there and went through it. And to have these things animated is just, man, a whole nother level. I mean, here we go.
It took some time with the animation, and then I mean, what's exciting is like from this. I mean, what I was doing prior to this is like, you got the stickers, and then you got like skateboard decks, and you got the toys that you can make from this, and then you could take the NFT and attach it to the toy. So, like example, like Super Plastic is done like this crazy job, like or Kid Robot, but Super Plastic has all the Googieman and Janky and all these different characters, and then they release all these NFTs onto Nifty Gateway back in like March. It was February, and then it just like blew up. Skeet One was on there, and it was just like, that's when I actually discovered it. I was like looking at that, and I've been collecting those toys and shit. And I was like, damn, that is so cool. Like that's where it's at. And it's just another layer. So you buy that toy or you get the sticker, and it's all intertwined within the chain.
So that seems like that's something that you're going to try to be ambitious about here, is trying to get that next physical element within these digital elements that you have going on here. And, that's a perfect idea, and you're seeing it more and more. And, you're going to find the right niche within the community because it's very cool, light, color, fun stuff that, people in many varieties would just enjoy having. And you have the mindset, and because of your experience in the game, being around it, dropping your deck in on that half pipe, or getting around and tagging those walls or seeing those streets, what's up. So you've been on the ground level, and I've seen a huge resurgence in it. That's what I'm saying, is these street artists that have been around in the 80s and 90s that have just, when they're out punking around, now they're able to turn it into a formable, fun entertainment, and it can even turn into a business, All right.
Daily.
So do we want to go into the, what are these, creeps here?
Oh
Creps
yeah,
here?
yeah, we could, yeah. I mean, that's a small collection you want to throw on there. Yeah, I just jumped on OpenSea, and that's yeah. So I started doing a couple of these just goofy creeps. Only it's a little limited edition of 6, but I like to. It's gonna blow up. I'll have probably like I'll have like 200 of those. Limited edition of 200, and and go from there. But yeah, I mean, it's sort of the signature character that I've been messing around with, and I'm not totally sure why. I mean, it's like I like it, but I kind of want to get rid of it, but I don't know. Like,
Here's an idea, and just thinking out loud, and a lot of
yeah.
times what we do on the show is kind of the live business meetings.
Oh, good.
You can use one of these, and this could be leave an airdrop in there if you want it, if people already purchased them, or leave an open contract on it. And that open contract, they just click on it when they buy it, and it's a simple Google form where they can either get your stickers sent to them, they can get your physical NFT sent to them, as far as if you wanted to, if they got one of these one of ones, and you can maybe draw it out or something, you can send them the physicals, or even find a way to get a skate deck going too. I mean,
oh yeah, that is good.
you can use these as tickets for someone to purchase, and then in there is just a form of what they want to fill out for something bigger and better, and you can decide a price on that at a later point.
Oh, that's awesome. That's such a good idea. Oh,
So it's a ticket. It's a ticket into something else. But you have these one of ones right here, which I love. These things are looking sharp, and I would build off this. It's like adding rims to your car. You got a nice fancy car right here. Turn it into some stickers. Turn it into some stencils. Make a stencil out of it so people can go out there and tag a stencil of one of these faces.
Right. Or give the like send out the stencils too, maybe like let people redo that, or I don't know. It could be a couple different things, right?
But right now you're on the right angle. Keep progressing what you're doing with these things, because you got cool things going on. Speaking of going on, thanks for coming on the show. Cool
Absolutely.
stuff. Keep me posted on how things are going. And you know what we'll do is we'll get I think I have like 5 pretty good, cool street artists. Maybe let's get a street artist fest. You guys can pass around ideas. What is it? All City Collectibles. They got the tagging on the walls in the metaverse. There's one that you can maybe branch out to with them. They branch you into the metaverse, get some stuff up in crypto voxels. We got Laurel as well out in New York. Some of the first physical street art that's been out there. He's painting it legally. He gets legal permits to put them on the walls out in like pretty nice areas in New York. Greenwich Village. I don't know. I'm not familiar with New York, but I mean, he tagged my stuff up on a 14-foot wall. It was pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture. Yeah. Nice.
So it's stuff like that makes the world go around, and maybe we can get some more collaborations going. It's about communicating. So thank you for branching out to me and making this a fun Saturday night. All right, so break it down. We break it down for people at home. I got the foundation link right up here.
Yeah. I mean, so you hit up the foundation link, and I got the NFTs up there. They're it's a limited edition. They're one of ones. I know there's lots of other stuff out there, but that's all I'm selling. I'm not selling more than just what's on there right now, and it's at a decent price. So that's where I'm at. And if you got questions for me, like, you can DM me on Twitter if you're on Twitter, and if you're on Instagram, you can still it's Mombert at Instagram, and you can even email me at mombert@gmail.com, and also through this platform. Hopefully, we can keep that connection going too.
Man, you got it all set up. I love it. You got it great. Good facts right there. That's the way to break it down at the end. Hit up Mombert. He's got cool things. There's going to be cool things coming out. Cool colors, cool graphics, cool guy in a cool space. So that's it. I always end it the same way. This is Crypto Novo 311 saying stay positive and love life. Peace.